Welcome, dear friends. Here we are. Drops of Light. Day 3, night 3, whatever you feel like it, because after all, it's another day. And it's a day for us to nourish our souls together. The collectivity makes a difference. And that's why we're here on Facebook Live. Later, this is going to be for you in our channel, the Cardiac Radio YouTube channel. And we are also on the radio, in the app, and you have the opportunity to be here with us. Today, we're studying Drops of Light, the book, in Portuguese, Gotas de Luz, by the spirit author Casimiro Cunha, and the medium is Chico Xavier. And why have they come way back when, 1953, to bring to us this immortal nourishment? As our dear Casimiro Cunha said, how beautiful it is when you drink the water of the Christ consciousness, you shall never be thirsty again. When we eat that bread, hunger is over. How many of us look for nourishment everywhere and will never find it? In drinking, partying, beauty, wealth, power, success. And we will find in Christ Jesus. But we're not alone in both realms of life. And here we're materializing to you, believe it or not, a friend who yesterday was there with us here, Facebook Live, but now she's materialized here in Chantilly, Virginia. Who is she?
Hi, everybody.
Leia Severo is here.
How are you? How everybody? It's a great pleasure to be here with you and with Vanessa Anseloni, studying these beautiful drops of light. Let's go.
Thank you, Leia. And you know, Leia is here with us. Can you believe it? Yes, it's fantastic. And we have a lot to do together. We were just releasing officially the campaign to help, to give a gift to a centenary Spiritist center in Brazil. That is a legacy to all of us in the world. Centro Espírita Luz e Caridade, founded by wonderful souls from both realms, and amongst them, family members of ours, to whom we owe the deepest gratitude. Without their efforts, sacrifices, I wouldn't be here. So I ask you, please join us in this campaign. Donate Spiritist books in Portuguese to their library. And you know, Leia Severo today,
Yes,
she said she's going to
organize the library of this center. Okay? Okay?
All right.
Believe it or not.
Believe it or not, she's here and she is committed because of her professional experience as a librarian, right?
Yes.
To organize it all. So if you donate a book, for sure it's going to go through her hands. She's going to fly to Brazil and volunteer to do that work after we close this campaign. The campaign doesn't end in a day. It's months away, but go on, donate. Right now we're releasing the flyer so you can grab, pen and paper, print it, and mail the books. We don't need 1 million books from you. 1 book per person, we'll get 1 million books. It's like Roberto Carlos' song. After all, Roberto Carlos is internationally known. Eu quero ter 1 million de amigos. Now, in our case, we want to have 1 million books.
Yes.
Right?
I need to stay 1 year.
1 year. No, don't do 1 million. Just 500,000.
Okay, 500,000.
And you can join Leia. going to the center in the countryside of São Paulo to join her, right?
Yes, of course.
See, she's telling us you can join in, okay? So tonight we are inviting you for another nourishment. Why Spiritist Poetry? It's the first time ever that we're releasing Spiritist Poetry in English. And it's very important, even in Portuguese or Spanish, in other languages, that you and your groups, your community, give some room to Spiritist poetry. Why? Leon Denis, in his book Spiritism in the Arts, reminds to us that Spiritist poetry comes from the higher states. And it's very important for us that the vibration helps us release the shackles of our past, okay? So I'm going to say hi to you, I know. I can't do this. I said, Mito Joseph, I'm so sorry. I have to say hi to everybody. Because what is this? We're humans. No, he agrees. Of course he agrees. But I'm just saying that, this is not a pre-recorded video. What is the point of doing live if we cannot talk to each one of you, right? Yeah, there's no point. So let's make it vivid, live, human. We're humans. And the more we evolve, the more social we are. And let's boost our social bonds and release a lot of oxytocin so we're happier together, bonding with people, because it's the law of society that really makes a difference in our lives. Collaboration, not competition, is the way to go. Hello, Sol. Hello, Nina. How are you? Andrea, you made it. That's great. Sunshine is here with us. Thank you, Sunshine. Danny, you made it. Right, Leia?
Danny, my friend Danny. I love you.
Danny.
Hi, Danny. I love you.
Yeah, Danny and Leia team working at Cardiac Radio.
Yeah.
A lot of work.
Yeah, a lot of work.
Jéssica, welcome. Tia Hebe, beijo pra senhora. Hello, Rihanna, our beautiful Rihanna. Nico, South Africa here. Leonor Pacheco, you're probably in Lilydale, right, Leonor? Marilda, Karina, how are you, Karina? Beautiful bookworm, right? Lisa Teles, and Letícia, thank you, Letícia. Rudy, are you in Lilydale too? Hopefully, right? Thank you so much, Sunshine, for reinforcing this humanity in us. We need to be more humans. And it's interesting because our guided model, yesterday we received an invitation, the divine invitation, through the poetry of Casimiro Cunha. He tells us that life is a school and the master is Jesus. But he's a real master. Often people think that the real masters, they're distant, they're cold, they're on a pedestal, and people are serving them. No, the real master is Jesus. Because he serves. He's for real. He's here with us. He doesn't pretend. He doesn't disguise. Simple. Simplicity is a Christian virtue, and I would say a Christ-conscious virtue. It's beyond just the label of being Christian. It's the true cosmic consciousness. It's beyond any separation from us and other religions. As Emmanuel says in the book O Roteiro, not in English yet, it says, the mission of Spiritism, as much as the ministry of Christianity, is not to destroy the schools of faith that exist. Jesus has not come to say no to everything that is standing, but to embrace everything. We're all one family before God. and we need to open up, right? Yes, Money, how are you? So tonight, since the divine invitation is released on chapter 2 of the book Drops of Light, Casimiro Cunha invites us to equations. Do you like math? But this is the math of the soul. It's a beautiful math. We're going to invite you. Let us listen with our hearts. As Jesus invited Nicodemus. Nicodemus, you forgot to feel the scriptures. Did you forget? Now we're reminding ourselves together. Equations, feeling. Whoever serves only themselves, attached to what is most convenient, has either no use or serves to no one. Be sincere without ruthlessness, calm, simple, pondered. Whoever leaves deceiving others walks away deceived. Collaborate without questioning, with diligent care. Whoever promptly helps, in fact, aids twice. In any disaster, keep the strength of your faith. Leaves die in the wind, trunks die straight. In the gift of doing the good, may promptness keep you safe. The dormant good intention always wake up too late. Contemplate the millions of suns of universal greatness, but do not forget in the world of the land in your backyard. You'll be happy in your life. Crowns goodness. You will be happy if your life crowns goodness. Whoever helps more knows more. Whoever who knows more forgives more. By principle, if you cultivate charity and righteousness, you are a fortunate devotee in the Church of Salvation. In the tasks of religion, under the sun that your faith glows, do not forget the lesson that begins at home. Do the good here now. Rescue the pain that is near. Tomorrow, everything is possible, but today, everything is more certain. So if you have a book, donate today. Don't leave it for tomorrow. What you can do today, said Benjamin Franklin, one of the amazing founding fathers of the United States of America, the master of Kardec Radio, the Spiritist magazine, and lots of good works on the earth. Yes, we are here together discussing with you, right, Angelita? Right, Daisy? The equations of life. The equations of life in these little drops of light. Maybe a verse is what is the drop of light for you tonight. But we're going to go back to some or all of these stanzas so we can grasp more and sip these drops of light that are being given to us. Whoever serves only themselves, attached to what is most convenient, has either no use or serve to no one. The fact of the matter is, right, Leah?
Yes.
Many people on the earth, their priority is to serve themselves alone. They justify it. But it's my family, it's my job, it's my duty. I have to do it. Otherwise, who'll do it for me? And according to the laws of life, in these drops of light, we're finding out that if we do that in most convenient ways, we'll have no use and actually serve to no one. No wonder many people work, 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 work. And when they discarnate, they realize, like Andre Lewis, that they could have done more if they served not only themselves out of convenience, but actually to the universal family. So it's a therapeutic question for us. Are we trimming our lives to serve the general good? Are you afraid? Many people are afraid. They are afraid of giving of their lives and time thinking, but if I make those choices, who is going to take care of me? Who? No one. Because God is not a who. God is beyond anyone. God is taking care of all of us. Where is our faith? Imagine if Chico Xavier thought like that. If he hadn't taken the decision of trimming his life each and every day to serve the universal family, including his family, but not only his family, not only himself, we wouldn't be here. If he, at a young age, hadn't psychographed these materials, you and I wouldn't be here. And he was not afraid that he would be starving one day, thinking, who is going to give me food and shelter? Because humanity has no power to guarantee that to us. Even if somebody promises to us, I'll never abandon you, the only one that can say that is God. Because only God has that power to sustain a promise like that. We can't. That's why we tell parents, don't never promise your kids you're going to be there forever. Because you never know if you have to discarnate in a day that nobody expects. And that promise is going to be unfulfilled. So what do I do, Vanessa? Tell them from an early age that God is always there for them. That Jesus is always there for them. And you'll be there as long as God wants. Period. But we cannot promise what we cannot fulfill. Right? So here we are, Leah. He says, be sincere, calm, simple, and pondered.
This is the rule.
That's the rule.
That's the rule.
But it's interesting because nowadays we live in such a high-paced society that people have a hard time finding this calm, simple, and pondered way.
Yeah.
But you found your way, Leah. Would you like to share something in that regard with your experience? Like how you found a way to sustain this calmness, the simplicity of life, and the ponderation, like moderation in life?
For me, discipline is the most important thing. And discipline begins in the little things, like when you, for example, I love to drink coffee, I love to drink tea, but if I want to have discipline in other kind of subject, what I'm doing, I try first in the simple things, like don't drink a lot of coffee or tea, reduce. So I start to be disciplined with these little things, so I can be disciplined with another, the big one that is inside of me, what I'm feeling, what I need to do, how can I be better, how can understand me, who am I?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a very practical tip for all of us. How many of us would like to discipline ourselves more to achieve this sincerity without ruthlessness, the calmness with simplicity, ponderation without deceiving others? beginning with the small ones, like Leia is saying, right?
So, step by step.
Step by step.
Drops and drops.
Drops and drops.
Yes.
Pasito, pasito, poquito, poquito. It's the Despacito song, but in a good way, okay?
Yeah. Good way.
It's the Despacito of immortality, okay? As Emmanuel says in the book Living Spring, slowly but surely,
Yes.
okay? It's the Spiritist Despacito. That's how it is. Collaborate without questioning. These equations of life. Let us think about this. Collaborate without questioning, because many people are like, but why am I gonna help? Sending books to a spiritist center I don't know. Don't question. You know why? Because it's good. Mentor Jose, I remember when he said this rule to me once. He said, Vanessa, Dr. Bezerra de Menezes once said, when charity is too much reflected and discussed, it's gonna reach people too late. So he said, rule of thumb, when something is good, do it. Don't think about it. Be in hesitation when you're gonna harm somebody. Then you pause, reflect, think a million times. But when it's something good, just do it. And then Nike is gonna sponsor you. Kardec Radio, and everybody. Just do it. Collaborate without questioning, with diligent care. You see, 2 features: without questioning, plus with diligent care. It's about putting your hearts to the matter. I know people who would be very diligent if they could work with somebody who is a super medium. Super mediums don't exist, but some people think they exist. Mediums are mediums. There's no super medium. But let's say somebody who became more well-known, right? Famous. And people are like, oh yeah, if that person asks me, I will. But somebody else, I don't know. So then the president of your spiritist center is asking you to do something, you don't do it with diligent care. But if it's the president of your company, then you're going to tell your husband, your wife, everybody, I have to sleep in my work for 3 nights because the president of my company is asking me to do such works. And everybody's going to say, oh yeah, it makes sense. But if you have to do the same for other causes, people won't understand. And maybe we won't give the diligent care. At the end of the day, everything is to God, for God. And everything we do comes from God, the energy, the vitality, and we are co-creators working with the Play-Doh of life. Right, Teresa Catapano? Thank you. Sol is asking us, I want to donate a book. What's the address? So, I will share the flyer at Kardec Radio very soon. I have shared already at my Facebook, my personal Facebook, Vanessa Anseloni, okay? Feel free to go there if you want. If not, just wait after we finish here. In a few minutes, we'll be able to release the flyer in Kardec Radio's Facebook page, okay? Thank you for asking, Sol. So, whoever promptly helps, in fact, aids to eyes. Oh, double bonus hour. I like that. Okay, keep asking. Double bonus hour. It's like double credit. If you do it with diligent care right away, promptly, boom. Instead of 1 point in your spiritual credit card, 2 points. Oh my. And we think we have credit. An illusion. Don't feel defeated if I share this with you, but the fact of the matter is...
The credit is our acknowledgement.
The credit, yes.
Yeah, this is our credit.
That's
so,
our credit.
Yeah.
Listen, because deep inside we still have a long list of debts. Don't say to anybody. It's just between God and you. We don't have credit report. You know, that's another story for another day. Let's not even touch it. Talking about disaster, here we go. In any disaster, keep the strength of your faith. Leaves die in the wind, trunks die straight. So it's very interesting because people often nowadays talk about the fact that we may be at the edge of a very difficult era. But that's what the equation of this poem is telling us. We're being tested in our faith. So let us boost our faith and believe that God is in charge, whatever happens. In the gift of doing the good, may promptness keep you safe. You see? Again, in the same poem, he repeats the same rule of life. That the more prompt we are to do the good, the more we are going to be enveloped by the vibrations. As André Louis says, we enter the frequency of these constructive mental thoughts, constructive mental currents. And once we're there, we not only emit, but we receive. So when you think, I'm not going to do this good, okay, you're going to be out of that frequency, meaning in the frequency of the destructive mental currents. Don't be surprised if something spills on you. That's not a threat, it's life, action and reaction. If we're constantly doing the good, and that means you're visiting a family member, a friend, people you don't know, and you're asking yourself, why am I here? Why am I seeing these people? Oh, it's crazy. No. Remember Chico Xavier? Chico Xavier, when his father asked him to join him to go to a prostitution house, he understood he was there to serve. And at the end of it all, they were praying with him, to his father's dismay. But to the great Father, he was calibrated. So you and I are being called wherever we are. Never think, oh, this person, what do I have to do with this person, that person? What am I doing here? God wants you to be there. Open. Those are brothers and sisters. You may not recall, you may not remember, but you're there to serve, to be of help, to be prompt to do the good. The dormant good intention always wake up too late. You know, when we have good intentions, like, I want to do this and I want to do that. You want to send a book to somebody who's going to have, I assure you, if you send a book to form a beautiful library, to a spiritist center that has been there for 100 years, Mamma mia, you don't find a spiritist center that has been through 100 years at every corner. So we better share that idea. Don't sleep on that. Take action right away. The sooner, the better. And finally here, in the gift, contemplate the millions of suns of universal greatness, but do not forget in the world of the land that is in your backyard. Meaning, we're here contemplating the beautiful life. But then when we wake up tomorrow, or in the next second, we're going to bump in our own duty to serve. Recompose ourselves. That's a good exercise I'm going to share with you. When we are facing threats, our sympathetic system in our physiology is activated. To protect us, we need to preserve ourselves. And then fight or flight. It's the stress response. Stress is beautiful because it's telling us, preserve yourself. The problem is chronic stress. So what do I do not to be constantly bumping on threats? give a new meaning to life. If you think that everything is stressful, the world is not the problem. The way we see the world is the problem. So we need to change it. We need to start practicing this divine, immortal look at everything and everyone, looking at everything and everyone with the eyes of the divine. Everybody is a child of God. Why am I going to be afraid of the person? Oh, because they're inferior spirits. They're crazy, but they're children of God. How can I look at them this way? I can't. It's in the gospel. When we say raka to somebody, modern words, when we aversion to something or to somebody, we're actually telling God that we don't appreciate His creation. And that's a no-no. We don't feel good by doing this. So let us appreciate life by looking at people and thinking, these people were created by God. Animals, nature. Oh, this tree is creating a mess in my life because the leaves that are falling and people are angry at trees. It's unbelievable. They're angry at animals. They're leaving their backyard. Something is off. How can we be angry at nature? How can we be angry at everything and everyone? We'll be constantly stressed. So we need to change the way we see it. So that's the homework for today. In the equations of life, as Casimiro Cunha is asking us to cultivate this charity and the righteousness, find the divine in everybody you meet. That's going to be an opportunity for you and I in the next 24 hours to decipher these equations of life and live a much better, more fulfilled life. For now, we leave you with these drops of light. Let us go back to our lives and share these drops, and nobody is ever gonna be thirsty again. Shall we? Right, Leah?
Sure.
Thank you, Leah. Thank you, friends.
Thank you, friends. Bye-bye.
Bye. Have a beautiful day or night.